Welcome back to the Spit Podcast. For our new listeners, please like and subscribe to our page. Everyone else, thank you for following our journey. I am here again with the man Dino. If you guys saw the last episode, we talked about his experience with ayahuasca, and I hope you guys enjoyed that video. A lot to learn from it. This episode, we are going to be changing it up a bit. I know usually we're kind of smoking and joking, but we're kind of on like this new serious mode where we're trying to gain you guys some insight and some education into certain things. And this week I think is a very popular topic that a lot of people have questions about, and including myself. And we're here to talk about some NFTs.
Yes, sir.
And Dino over here is very well educated and into that space. So we're hoping to get a lot from this episode. So Dino, let's start it off. What is an NFT?
Yeah, let's do it. So NFT, so what it stands for, it's a non-fungible token. And what that means is, I think the key word is fungible. It means it can't be changed. It's something, when it is minted, it is put on the blockchain and you can't go ahead and disrupt it. Okay. So it's really locked in, and what it is it's pretty much giving that person who owns that licensing rights to whatever that is. That could be a piece of artwork, that could be music, that could be a video, that could be really anything artistic that someone has licensing rights to. That's what they'll go ahead and have when it's NFT.
So there's different forms of NFTs, right? So like when they first came out, they just like, everyone knows this, the Bored Ape one, right? Just like a picture of like these monkeys that look like they're on DMT. Why would someone, and when I first heard about these things, I was like, dude, these are so stupid. But I also said that thing about Bitcoin. So to me, it was just like, all right, like this is going to be like probably something that's going to change the future. And I want to get on it early before I'm too late. Because I made that mistake with the whole cryptocurrency type shit, and I just invested way too late, and I'm just like, I'm not getting my money's worth on it. So I'm hoping to, learn more about that. So when I see it, I'm like, okay, well, why would someone want to buy this little, like, digital art piece that I could just screenshot and just lie and say that, like, oh, this is mine. So like, why would like someone want to like get involved in, like per se, an NFT? Like, why would they want to buy it? Why would they want to trade it? Why would they want to have it? What is like, the fad behind it?
Yeah, of course. So it's touched upon the first part of it when you started talking about the Bored Ape Yacht Club. So what these NFTs are doing now, they're looking at exclusivity. So if you own one of these apes, you're going to go ahead and instead of just having this picture of an ape on your computer or on your wallet, it's going to go ahead and allow you to do a number of different things. You can go to different events that they have, you can go to different parties that they have, and as you see it growing, you can see like some of the biggest names in Hollywood are buying these. Like for example, like Steph Curry has one.
He's got a Bored Ape.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I saw on the website they got like you have exclusive access to like this yacht club. And is that yacht club a physical yacht club, or is that the Metaverse yacht club?
So they're getting into the Metaverse right now, but it's like, I guess a metaphor for a yacht club, but it's more of like, hey, you're able to get into this Discord group with all these people that you're going to be in front of. So if I have a buddy that actually bought a Bored Ape at like $1,600, and now the floor price, you can't get anything.
Did he mint that for that price? Because that's very low for what they're going for now.
No, he didn't mint it. It was on resale. The first ones that were ever minted are just a few $100s. Yeah, so it's kind of crazy when you think about it.
Some of them are almost $1 million. Some of them might even, in fact, be $1 million.
Oh yeah, they've gone for well over $1 million.
It's insane.
Yeah, it depends, just kind of supply and demand, depending on how much someone wants it and how bad they want it.
Dude, imagine if that dude did like a fire festival, like fucking NFT, where like it's supposed to be for like this exclusive group, and then it just ends up being like this shit show on an island with cheese sandwiches and FEMA tents. Yeah. That could easily be like a fucking. That could definitely be one.
Right now, everyone and their mother, like, you probably see it on the news, you see it everywhere on Instagram, on TikTok, everyone's talking about NFTs. But like kind of like the .com boom, like I don't know, like I would say about probably 90 to 95% of these projects are all gonna fail. You know what I mean? It's kind of people just kind of slapping things together. It's really like the people that are putting on like really building the communities or really building the projects. It's really based around that. And depending on that idea, that's what's going to last forever.
Because there's kind of
last longer than.
There's kind of like two aspects you like kind of look at it, right? Like one, yes, it's a digital art piece, a digital asset. It's a place you can like, you know, you can hide your money. And there's, you know, rarity to it, whether it be, you know, based on the specific character traits or who the artist is or whatnot. And then there's like the access that you're talking about of like this exclusivity. So like it's almost like kind of like an exclusive membership, but you're gaining like royalties and you're gaining like access to like certain things because of this stuff. Like, I think that's what really like changed it up for me of like the understanding of it and why I think this is like an important key and like why this is like gearing towards like the future. Cause like, just because like, you know, there's one, like the art aspect, but then being able to like be able to be a member of this exclusive club. And that's kind of like the fad behind it too. And it's almost like kind of like the, you know, the Instagram check mark where you're like, yo, you're famous, you know what I mean? But you got the Bored Ape, you know what I mean? And people are able to verify that it's actually there, you know what I'm saying? As opposed to just like taking a screenshot of it, which that's why I didn't understand it at first. I was like, just take a screenshot of it. Like, it's the same fucking thing. But gaining access to it, you can't, you're going to show up to the fucking, whatever, the party with the screenshot. They're like, what the hell, dude? Like, you're able to actually physically determine that it is a, you know, rare, like the one of a kind piece because of that blockchain type thing. But
yeah, and I think the exclusivity, people are able to kind of relate to that value more. But there's just so much more value in licensing different things. It really cuts out like middlemen, for example, like music, for example, right? Like if you're able to go ahead and mint an NFT of your songs, you can go ahead and sell that without having the distributorship of a record label. And really that could be anything. That could be selling a car. That could be selling a home. Where NFTs allow you to kind of sell the rights of something directly to someone else without a middleman and not having to negotiate anything.
Instantaneous, just right there.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have to worry about getting like robbed or anything like that. Like, it's just like,
and that's the craziest aspect of it. So you see like YouTube videos, for example. Remember the one Charlie Bit Me?
Yeah.
Charlie bit me.
Hell yeah.
And it really, really hurt. That one.
That kid grew up to be a pedophile too, by the way. I don't know if that's true, but
but they ended up he ended up selling that the original, the father who took it. He ended up selling it as an NFT for like, I believe, $760,000. And so now what happens is if I bought the Charlie Bit Me video, I get the rights to it, and then they had to take it off YouTube, and then the new owner put it on YouTube, and now that new owner gets the royalties going forward from YouTube.
But the original owners, a lot of them, their contracts is like they still get royalties, right?
Correct. Yeah. So like if you are the creator of the NFT, you can go ahead and put a royalty as much as you want. Usually you see it around like 2 to 10% is like the average, but it can go, you see some NFTs being 25%, a lot larger. It really depends on the community, what the NFT is,
the project behind it and stuff like that.
Yeah. And you see it flowing into music. For example, like Little Dicky did a very similar thing that the Charlie Bit Me thing. He had a song that he went ahead and released. It was like an older song, and when he released it, he sold the rights to that. So then all the royalties on the radio, the new owner would go ahead and get. It was an older song that came out like in 2015, 2016, but he was able to sell it for a few $100,000. So it's like the whole licensing aspect of it is kind of a game changer.
It's crazy how it's like, it's not just one aspect. Like, there's multiple different aspects of why these things are going to kind of change the future. And the term Web3 kind of gets like thrown out there a lot, which, you know, people don't really kind of like understand. Like, are you able to kind of describe like, you know, what Web 1, Web 2, and like now, like, you know, the future of Web 3 like kind of like is? Yeah,
of course. So I would say like Web 1 was kind of like the development of the internet, really email, domain names, games starting to come out, really just kind of search engines.
Search engines.
You know, that first web version of it. And then Web 2, you really saw social networks coming about, right? People connecting more over this device. And it was like you see Facebook, and I would say Google really taking over MySpace. That was kind of like the Web 2. But what we've kind of, during what the Web 2 experience, right, we've had this, like, we've given a lot of data to these companies and a lot of data to the internet about ourselves. And now this Web 3 approach, we're seeing that, like, we want to be more decentralized. We don't like that these big publishers have all this information in regards to us. In regards to in regards to us. So Web3 is like, how do we make this private? And like kind of this whole wave of cryptocurrency, NFTs, blockchain technology, it's able to go ahead and kind of have a decentralized a kind of a autonomy type perspective where you can kind of move on to into different things where it's more exclusive. It's not going to be giving your information out. You can kind of remain low key and not have to deal with any
try to avoid
anyone
like
stealing your
membership
info.
fees and all this other like processing fees and all this other stuff. But I mean, there are some of that with this stuff, but in I guess it's just like kind of like owning your own stuff, right? And then like you said, like the investing into like whatever the community or the project is
Yeah.
at first. So maybe we can kind of like go into that. So like,
Yeah.
you know, like someone's kind of just figure out like a project, and you mentioned the term mint. What like if someone were to like want to be one of the original people to buy one of these NFTs, like say they have like a 10,000 NFT project that they're kind of coming out with. Minting is equivalent to being like an early like stakeholder, right? Kind of essentially like the first person to buy it on that first market.
Yeah. So if you have the opportunity to mint an NFT, it's you've been able to go ahead and get in early. And that's kind of usually you mint it before it's released or it's going to be released to the public. So usually you have to get whitelisted to be in that group. You get accepted into a Discord community. That's where like all the messages and messaging's happening of like updates in that community. And then you have an opportunity to mint it. And if you get accepted to mint it, boom, you can go ahead and mint it for like a lower price, and then it will be released onto OpenSea or some type of platform, but you get it at the minting price. So
you get it before it's even on, these platforms kind of thing, right? Like on the DL kind of thing.
a lot of the time, yeah, you'll go ahead and mint it. It might take a day or two. It might be quicker, but then boom, it'll go ahead and show up on your MetaMask wallet. And then you have that at that lower price. So usually like you have to, most NFTs nowadays are all minted. Or you can have that exclusivity of getting into those groups beforehand. You see it's kind of like a gold rush right now. How many groups you can get in, how many things can you mint, because who knows what's going to be the next Bored Ape Yacht Club, what's going to be the next CryptoPunk. No one really knows yet.
Yeah, it's crazy because it's definitely like a fad of like everyone doing these like quick flips right now, and like literally the money that is like being made by like even like little 16-year-old kids living in their parents' basement is like insane because they're just getting it early, minting it, and then flipping it real quick. And a lot of these things have like a lot more value than you would even like imagine. Like the like Gary V, the V Friends one. You said your boys got one of those.
Yeah.
Some of those, they're like millions of dollars because you're allowed to like literally Zoom call freaking Gary V, go to his like conventions that he has, and then he's starting to like what he does with his little characters, he wants to have like a TV show, and then he wants to have like stuffed animals and all this stuff, and you'd be able to gain royalties with each character that you get with it, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I had a buddy that bought one for like 20 grand. It's worth like I think over 100 now.
Easily, yeah.
Easy. And like the thing that he does is like Gary V has calls every I think it's like once every 2 weeks that he jumps on a Zoom call, and there's like 100 people on there, and you just see Gary V talking, and like people are writing, and like you write different things,
dude.
And he goes all crazy.
But, I mean,
like,
most of his shit's free, but like the fact to ask him one-on-one questions right then and there, like that's where I see. And his whole thing is like the community aspect of VFriends, and he's shitting on it, saying that like 98% are gonna fail, and it's like very true. Like from a lot of them that I've seen, like people are just doing like fake ones, or they're just doing some that just don't really have a lot of meaning behind it. But like this one, like he's literally trying to like build something that's gonna be worth so much more than it even is like compared to right now. People are still buying them for like millions of dollars.
Yeah, definitely. And to touch upon that too, it's really that community behind it. It's like figuring out, all right, like it might be the dumbest piece of art if you look what a VFriends look like. It's like,
dude, it looks like a little kid, like like just like scribbled
chicken
on
scratch,
it.
dude.
It's not like a Van Gogh fucking putting these things up together. But
no Vincent Van Gogh. I could draw that with like probably my armpit if I wanted to, but like
I
you
could
know,
draw
near
with
my
your
toes.
armpit on a lot of mushrooms.
Yes, and that and that thing's worth what, $72,000 right now. Like
that hot shit Hornet one's pretty
what?
dope though. But dude, see the thing about it is like I told you, like I was so anti, like these things are so stupid, bro. After doing like hours and hours of research and like chatting with you and like kind of figuring these things out, I want one so bad. I like want one so bad. Like it's so, cause I shit on like, I'm not a materialistic person by any means. One, I can't afford it. Two, I never grew up that way. And three, if I had money, like I'm probably gonna go travel before I buy like some designer clothes or something like that. But like for some reason, dude, I want an NFT so bad, like a dope one. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
dude, buy one. There's still ones that are.
I'm gonna do it. I
priced.
put 2K in ETH last night, and I'm waiting. Dude, I really want the full send dudes. I want to get one of theirs.
Yeah,
they're
boys.
I'm gonna try to get one of the fucking Nelk Boys ones. Speaking of sticking something delicious in your mouth, are you sick and tired of eating fast food because you don't have enough time to cook, or maybe you're just Steve Hawking in the kitchen and your cooking skills are atrocious? If only there was a convenient and affordable meal prep company that can help. Well, there is, folks, and their name is Preppies. Say it with me, Preppies, with a Z. Located right here in sunny San Diego where wet dreams come true, Preppies offers delivery and pickup options of their delicious and nutritious pre-cooked meals that change every week. One of the many reasons Preppies is so awesome is because they can tailor their meals to any client regardless of their dietary restrictions. They offer vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, and dairy-free options to satisfy everyone's needs. Josh and I have been mowing these bad boys all week, and we love them. They taste so good. You just plop in the microwave, and you're getting a great, healthy meal packed with plenty of nutrients within minutes. Ain't nobody got time to go food shopping, cook, and then clean. But with Preppies, you don't have to do any of that. Go check them out at preppies.com. That's PREPEAZE.com to explore the menu, and make sure you use the code SPTN, SPTN, at checkout for 25% off your first order. Also, check them out on Instagram at Preppies. I'll have the details in the description as well. Preppies! But anyways, so the V Friends. So your boys got one for like $30K. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money to dish into these things.
Yeah, definitely. But
So if someone were to want to, they're doing, and what I would suggest to anyone who's trying to get in the NFT game, like obviously we're not professionals. We don't really know what we're talking about. We kind of do, but not really. Do your own research on them too, because you're going to want to look at, one, like you said, like the projects, the community that they're doing. And Twitter's like a really helpful tool to verify if like a place is like legit, like, or a project's legit, I mean. There's another tool called rarity.tools, and that's a good tool to kind of see how rare your actual NFT is based on character traits, based on how many they made, based on the floor prices and everything like that. So, and definitely just like look up why would you even want to buy it? Like, in the problem that that people keep talking about is that it's going to get saturated with too many people trying to make quick flips and not be in it for the long run. And that's what you got to figure out, is like this NFT is going to be something worth investing in that you're going to keep for a long time. Like, dude, if I can get into that V Friend one, like I'm in there for a long time. If I get into like the full send one, like I'll be in there for a long time, because they've like mentioned like they're going to have people like, be a live audience on their podcast, or, they're going to just like stop by and like, hang out with them for the day, or like bring them on like vacations and stuff like that. Cause they already do that with their website, fullsend.com. It's like a $20 membership, and they'll stop by, they'll give you clothes, they'll do all this stuff. So it's like crazy, that like engagement. But, I know a lot of people are just going to try to buy it and like flip it real quick. But for me, I think I definitely want to invest in. I wouldn't mind a few quick flips, making a few $100,000 or whatever. But like, I definitely want like a cool one that I want to like research on and sit for, try to get it minted and whatnot. But definitely do that before you invest in any of these shit, because there are some fake ones out there. I think, what was her face? Kim Kardashian endorsed like a fake one or something like that the other day, and like what they're doing right now is they're. So there's an artist behind designing the actual NFT, and then there's like, possibly a second group that's building the community behind it. Some of them can be both. Some of them can just be the artwork just of itself, that have no community on it, and it's just, hey, this is a famous artist. This is going to be like his exclusive project. Own one of these things. And the gratitude gorilla, dude, that's pretty gangsta actually. Sorry, Josh, just pulling up some of these V Friends. What was I getting at? I don't even know what I was saying. Probably just rambling on about nothing.
Yeah, no worries. So other things. So kind of in regards to sports and NFTs, right?
Yeah.
So like before like the exclusivity NFTs kind of came out, there was like sports NFTs. It was like NBA Top Shot, where they would sell like little clips of NBA players, and they would sell those.
Like highlight dunks or something like that, or like game-winning shots. Yeah.
Yeah, and what they would do is they would just do it as like drops. There would be like X amount, so people would go ahead and try to get like 1 out of 100, but there'd be like 50,000 people trying to get one of these things. Like another example, there were DraftKings partnered with Tom Brady's one, and it's called Autograph.io, and he released like all these little these NFTs. Jim Doherty actually has one.
He got one?
Yeah, he was calling me. I remember he called me the day of, and I tried to get into one of the things.
That's
But
dope.
dude, there was like 100,000 people waiting in line to get one of these NFT. It was like, and there was only like 100 of them.
But you were getting them physically?
No, you get them to like go into your wallet.
Oh, a virtual line.
But yeah,
oh,
like a
okay.
virtual
I thought you
wallet.
meant like, okay. Yeah, because, dude, I don't know if are you involved in like the sports cards at all?
I'm not. No.
Dude, so I didn't even know that these were still a thing. I thought I was like pumped having like a rookie Barry Bonds, but there's like during COVID, like the card collecting game like spiked up like crazily, and I didn't realize this till like after COVID. My buddy was telling me all about this. He made like $55,000, like, and not even doing it like that crazily, but essentially like these NFTs are like, kind of like replacing the card and making it more like digital, because you can like be anywhere with it, you know, and prove it to people rather than just like hanging on to it, like which is also like another cool feature of it, that like you never have to worry about losing it unless you lose your recovery phase password, which we'll get into that a little bit. But
Yeah, definitely something too.
like, dude, this fucking LeBron James dunk, $11,000. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild. And it's just like a clip. You know, like you can get that, like, I don't know. So that's kind of like the thing where, and I'm not sure if the NBA gives you rights in regards to that. I think it's just kind of like the same concept as having like a player card. Like it's like you have that physical dunk. In regards to rights and using it, I don't know if you have exclusive rights with NBA Top Shots. I don't really know. You kind of got to read the white paper and stuff.
Yeah, I think it like varies per project as far as like what you have rights to it with. You know, if you could put that on YouTube and then have, you know, say it gets 1 million views, if you can collect that money from it or whatnot. I think it just kind of like varies probably. But NFL's getting into it right now too. They're trying to do it with like the Jets just like announced it or something like that, but they're doing like giveaways. So you buy one of these things, like you know, it can also be like a season ticket holding thing as well. And then they're doing like giveaways and like meet and greets and like surprise packages along with this, like giving incentive for, you know, to try to like buy these kind of things, which is cool. It's cool how it's being taken off into so many different directions, which is like the fascinating thing for me, which is why I was like, oh dude, this really is like, you know, the future. Like not just to like hear like a bunch of TikToks and YouTube videos from Gary Vee, but like him saying that, I was like, okay, like I got to kind of like look into this stuff. Like, and it's been around like longer than people think, but it's still so new that if you're getting to it now, it's not that like saturated yet. You know what I'm saying? Like you could still like make a lot of money or do what you want to do with it and stuff like that. Which is pretty cool, which is why I took it so serious. And I was like, all right, time to put my head down. Cause I invested in Bitcoin like 6 months ago, dude. And when it first came out, like, you know, everyone thought people were crazy when they're talking about it. And I just, you know, I think, I don't know if I was smart for investing or what, but it's definitely not doing too hot.
No. I think right. Bitcoin has always had these waves of spikes, and it's kind of like, how long is it going to take to get fully adopted? It's something takes 25 years, and we're like almost halfway, right? It was started in 2010. We're about 11 years in right now. So like you're in the amount of Americans or the people just who are invested in I think it's Americans. I think we just hit 20%.
Really?
Right. So we're still like on that cutting edge. When I was in 2017, I really got into it. We were investing a ton of money into cryptocurrency, and I was in the same mindset. I was like, oh my God, you're hearing it everywhere. Everyone's talking about it. It's like, holy shit, this is like, everyone knows about this already. Back then, it was less than like 2% of the people were actually doing it.
That's
right?
crazy.
And it's like but in my mind, I was like, shit, like I'm on the later half of this. It was like, dude, if I never sold anything and just held.
Oh, did you sell it?
I would have been chilling. Oh yeah. Well, we went up. We rode the wave up and we rode the wave down. Corey, who was on the last podcast, we got really into it. We put like $6,000 in. And we got all the way up to like 150K. Back in 2017, and then we rode it all the way down. We're like thinking, we thought we were gonna become millionaires at one point. We were calling each other like,
dude, like that's mad funny. So what year was that when you guys put it in?
This was in like 2017.
Okay.
And we had that big spike at the end of the year, and then it just recently happened again. It's like we're seeing every 4 years. I think it's gonna be smaller now that we see more of it, but only advice I could ever give, just buy and hold.
That's what I'm doing.
Don't sell. If you don't need the money, don't touch it.
Yeah.
Because if granted that went to 150,000, right? If we didn't sell, it would probably be almost like 600,000. If we didn't sell like when it was coming
Yeah,
back.
because back then.
But like that's the thing. We're going down right now.
Yeah.
Just hold tight. Fucking strap on, hold on for
Stay
dear
up for
life.
the ride.
And I'm telling you, it's gonna go past 100,000.
Dude, I put in without any research of what Bitcoin even fucking was. I put in 5K, and literally less than 2 weeks after, it dropped half.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I had like $2,600 in Bitcoin, and I was like, if I just waited 2 more weeks and I put that 5K, because it ended up going up a little bit, like, you know, a few months later. At one point I was up like only like $600, but I was like, you got to be kidding me, dude. And it was just kind of like one of those life lessons, like, dude, do your freaking research, do your homework. Like, what are you putting money into?
No, dude, just hold it. Just hold it.
Now I'm holding. Now I have no intentions on taking that money
really
out unless I get a girl pregnant or something. But yeah, no.
Just hold on to it. I'm telling you, it'll come back. And the coolest thing about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and stuff, right? That's a whole nother avenue we could go down. But there's a finite amount of it. There's going to be 21 million Bitcoin. So as years go on, right, and it gets more scarce and scarce and scarce because every 4 years they go ahead and burn some too. It's gonna get more.
Dude, and people fucking lose them. People don't even have access to them because they don't remember their password and stuff like that, and there's no one to call.
Dude, yeah,
which is the one problem with the decentralized system is there's no one to call.
Oh, you're not calling anyone, and that's where it's like you can't press like an extra zero, or you really need to be tedious. You need to be mindful because there's no one. Yeah, there's no FDIC being like, hey, calling a credit card company and be like, hey, I need my money back. It's
they're
like,
actually.
No, it's gone.
I got Coinbase sent me like a text saying that like there was sketchy and they paused me buying because they thought I don't know. They said sketchy? They said something and they were like, yeah, we're gonna pause the because I was trying to buy some last night and they're like, we're gonna pause the transaction because it seems sketchy, and it was like log in to make sure it was actually you. So to cancel then redo it. That's why I called you last night. I was like, how the fuck do I buy, which we can get into right now. How do I even buy an NFT? Like, what are the steps? Because you're not just plugging in your credit card information. So first you gotta. Where you can buy is like there's a few websites, right, or a few platforms.
Yeah.
But the major ones like OpenSea, right?
On
the Ethereum blockchain.
Yeah, to buy NFTs, yes. You want to go. You can go ahead and you get a wallet, usually MetaMask.
That's like the most popular one right now.
Definitely, yeah. It goes ahead and there's extension for Brave. Brave is a browser. They probably have a Google extension now, but what it's able to do is you're able to go ahead and you can I wasn't even aware of this, but you can buy Ethereum right from your MetaMask wallet. Before they didn't have that feature.
But you can only buy it in amounts of you can max it out at $400 or $500.
Yeah.
So instead of like one transaction and then hitting you with the gas fees, like you do multiple $500 transactions and you're getting hit with those $30, $50 gas fees, which is crazy. That's why I called you and I was like, what if I just go to Coinbase, which is the wallet I already had Coinbase. I was like, I'll just buy like $2,000 worth of it right here instead of doing 4 separate transactions. That way I don't get hit with like one gas fee.
That's exactly how you would have to do it then.
And that's what I had to do. But then I had to buy a Coinbase wallet. So after I bought the Ethereum on Coinbase, I had to buy a Coinbase wallet, link it to Coinbase, link those together, and then I had to go to my OpenSea account and then link that with my Coinbase wallet. That's why I was so confused. I was trying to call you last night because it's multiple transactions. So you're putting money from your Bank of America, which is what I have, on Coinbase, and then you're buying Ethereum, and then you're sending that to your other wallet, and then from there you're able to go on the website after it's already linked to that wallet and then buy an NFT. Yep. So it's a little confusing in the process at first,
which is good. I like, you know what I mean? I think obviously it's going to get easier over time. I feel like back in the day trying to buy Coinbase or everything, they would hold it for like 5 days before they'd even let you do it. Nowadays, it's like you have it instantly. Same thing with like I use Kraken, but there's also Gemini. There's FTX, which is huge, and these exchanges now, it's like you can get Bitcoin right away. Before they would hold your money for 5 days, and you'd be like, what? So like if the price was going up or going down, so it would have to clear. So it was like nowadays they're just get more and more advanced.
But I got it instantly last night, which was dope.
Yeah.
But then I looked this morning and it was down $100. I was like, yo.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Oh yeah. It's gonna go up and down. You just, like I said, you just gotta hold on. But The thing with that, yeah, it's kind of good in a sense. Like you see all these little coins, you have to like
Shit
go
coin.
through pancake swap. You have to do all these like hoops and ladders to go ahead and get into these coins. So like the harder it is, you see the value of them starting to go up because it's like, you know, you get in early enough. That was kind of a thing back in the day that I would always think about too. It's like, all right, this might be hard, but as it gets easier, the price will probably go up because of the technology.
So I've seen this is like a Bitcoin. Like, did you ever there's Bitcoin like centers, like little shops that you can go in and like buy Bitcoin.
Oh yeah,
dude, those always seem so sketchy to me for some reason.
So they rob you, by the way, too.
Dude, the guy,
the fees like 12%.
He has a ski mask on when you give him the money, dude, and the gun at your head. No, I swear to God, I feel like the people live in those fucking shops, dude. Like that's like they're like I don't know, they're just running some crazy ass business. I wouldn't trust those ones.
Yeah, the fees are ridiculous. I actually went in. It was like a smoke shop the other day.
They're always right next to a smoke shop.
They had a Bitcoin
the one on
ATM. Yeah, and I was like, wait, what's going on here?
What?
And they were just like, he was like just talking about it, but I was looking at the prices and like, say Bitcoin was at like 46, like to buy it, you had to buy it at like 48. So the fee, like the exchange, the fee, everything was like kind of a little messed up, which was annoying. But if you have a bunch of cash, I feel like that's one of the ways to put it in. I don't know. I've never used one before, so I don't know if they take your ID, what information they take.
Dude, they take everything. They take your social and everything, I feel like.
But nowadays, right? Like you can just invest in Bitcoin. Like you can buy Bitcoin with Venmo or Cash App. Like Cash App's really, really pushing it, but you're gonna get 1099s.
Dude, I think you can get Bitcoin through Venmo. Like you can pay with it.
Oh, you can. Yeah.
I saw that. I made jokes about it, but like I saw it the other day. I was like, whoa.
No, you definitely can. But the thing is, it's like you're gonna get. Right now, before it was like so, like, you know, you didn't really know if you're getting taxed. You're supposed to claim what you made or what you didn't make. But now it's like they're really like there was an infrastructure bill that Biden passed, and now starting 2023, anything over 10 grand, you're gonna have to like report it, kind of like a bank putting like cash into the bank.
Fucking trying to get away from this shit with the
yeah. It was just getting more centralized. I feel like with adoption, it needs to be centralized to continue to grow bigger, and it's happening. So.
Dude, I think it's kind of funny because it's kind of going back to the olden days of like barter and trade, right? Like when you get like through with an NFT, like it's gonna be funny when you can like put a down payment on a house with a Bored Ape.
Yeah. Oh, you already can,
dude. You can do that. It's crazy. Like, dude, like I just bought a car with the little monkey that's on DMT. Like it's funny.
And you hear the stories now, like the pizza guy, right? Who paid for pizza, and like with 10,000, with 10,000 Bitcoin at the time. So it's like kind of that now. Like if you use an NFT, I think everyone knows the value of it now. But like back then, it's like, oh, I'll give you this NFT, this picture for this, and you could essentially do a transaction through it. So
that's insane.
Yeah, and talking about that too, there's land now. You can actually buy land on these different metaverses now, which is crazy. So
that shit blows my mind.
Yeah, it's a whole different avenue.
So how many NFTs do you have?
In
your wallet?
So I only have one.
Oh, you only have one.
I only have one.
Did you flip a few?
No, never flipped any.
Which one do you have?
I watched everything. I bought a piece of land, and it's as an NFT. So that's kind of why I touch upon it.
What does the NFT look like?
It's like a grid, right? It's a grid. Jump on that's Sandbox. Jump on so there's two metaverses. There's Sandbox and there is Decentraland. So go to OpenSea.io and then type in Decentraland. I bought this back in like over Thanksgiving, and what really prompted me to do this was this concept of owning land and like have businesses in these metaverses was the thing that made the most sense to me. Versus like obviously I understand like the licensing rights and like the exclusivity. I'm not really into that. Like I'm like and I would love to have one, but like I feel like creating a business wise and creating money, it's gonna be happening in the metaverse, and that's like an example of why that is like other companies, like for example Tesla or Adidas, they bought land in this, and what you can do is you can walk in, all right, they're using is their vehicle to go into this. You can use your computer, but it's like the Oculus that Facebook owns, and you can walk down the street and you can go into like a Tesla like a Tesla showroom, and you can like sit in a car, you can look around, you can see all the things with it, you can talk to an avatar of someone that's in there, and you can purchase a car if you wanted to. Obviously, you can't test drive it, but there's all these different things. There's casinos in there. Go ahead and type in Decentraland in the search bar, and it's this little, not the wearables. Go ahead and type in, Decentraland, and it's just like a little grid. Yeah, see this? So go ahead and scroll down.
And how much you pay?
Can you tell? What I pay? Yeah. I paid 3.5 Ethereum, which was.
Is that yours right there?
No. Mine is. I can't pull mine up. Mine looks like that. So those blue things.
Dude,
right?
that looks like an empty level of Pac-Man.
So
dog.
that
no.
no.
It looks like you ate all the fucking.
Yeah. So those are districts, right? Those blue things, and then the green things are parks, and then the gray things are roads. But you gotta jump in.
Dude, I'm gonna buy a project. I'm gonna buy like a ghetto ass project.
No, so you
like Hoeksterdam in The Wire.
So they're
like all drugs legal.
Yeah. So what they're doing, there's no laws in it right now. So like they're doing like there's like different casinos there, there's bars there, there's like strip clubs there. Everyone's just kind of getting their feet wet in it.
Could you imagine if there's like metaverse cops?
But you'll
There's gonna be metaverse riots, dude.
Oh, there already is. You can go into like a bar. There's a thing, and then you end up you can fight anyone you want.
Oh my god,
it's insane. And like these people are like well,
getting
dude, crippled.
Fucking McGregor is doing virtual reality boxing, fighting training courses. Yeah. So like I'd go in there, right, and I'd get trained by McGregor, and then I'm gonna go into a fucking bar and fight everyone.
Yeah, a lot of athletes are using it as like simulations now. Like for example, I worked with a football coach, and he trains kids, and what they do is they put their VR headsets on, and you can like look around, and you'll be able to see like the what the defense is doing, if it's changing, and then you can you just get more adapted to that situation.
See, I think we're like I think we're fucked as a society for this advancement in technology, and then I also see so many positives of it, of like just like waste. We just have too much stuff on this earth. I feel like too many people live on this earth. We have too much stuff on this earth. We inhabit too much land. Like I think this will be able to like eliminate that. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe this is like a positive. Maybe like, since we don't have to build all this new stuff or have to be physically there to enjoy and be present at something, maybe we can like, the ecosystem can start getting better, and like, the whole like global warming stuff. Maybe this is a way that we can kind of like that's just one positive outlook of how I just like kind of thought of that.
Yeah, it is really scary when you actually do think about it from socializing and people going out. Like we already work behind computers so much, or most of the population does. It's like doing
consumed
this
by a computer screen.
Yeah, and with this, like a metaverse, it's going to be more of an experience, right? Like you can go, like I saw the Nets. They have land in the metaverse that you can go to a game and sit like courtside and watch the game. So you can do like all these different things. You go to concerts. You can do all these different things in the metaverse. But like it's I don't know. There with any new advancing technology, there's
positive negatives.
Yeah, positive negatives. And the positive, I think it's gonna make shit more convenient. Like you can be anywhere in the world. You can be sitting on your couch and you can probably go grocery shopping. Like you can go to Walmart. I know Walmart's testing different things where you can like go down the aisle and grab milk and stuff, and boom, get it delivered to your house. Damn. While other, like, you know what I mean? It's just, everything's going to be more convenient. I think commercial real estate is done. Like, I think days of going into the office are completely tarnished. They're never going to come back, just because everyone can just throw these on and all be in a meeting, and you can kind of do what you do right now with Zoom, but like you'll be an avatar, so you don't need to get your hair and like upper body like.
Dude, this is kind of crazy
ready.
For people who are like paralyzed too. It gives them new hope.
Big time. And what we were talking about earlier, it's kind of like Black Mirror-esque. You know what I mean?
Black Mirror, yeah.
It reminds me of the episode San Junipero, where you're kind of stuck in like alternative reality mixed with just other.
Well, they say we're living in a simulation, right?
Yeah.
They say that already before we put on the VR headset, and the VR headset's just enhancing it to the ability of like being able to get there. Just, you know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's gonna be, yeah.
Well, we were saying earlier, I was like, dude, like if you can start syncing up like fleshlights to the metaverse of like being at like a brothel or something like that, you ain't gonna see me no more. But I'm scared. I'm honestly scared, dude. If you start incorporating sensation and you start getting the senses involved with it, smell, taste, touch, orgasm, like, you know what I mean? Like, if you can start getting that, like, we're a little screwed in that sense, you know? I feel like it would be like almost like heroin, like how addicting it would be. The thing, and porn's already addicting in and of itself, but if you keep enhancing it, and that's the problem with porn today, is it just keeps getting better and better. Whatever you consider better is, like, it's more HD now. It's more like, I don't know, just the categories and everything. Like, there's just so much out there. It's almost going to get to a point where it's too much. Woman claims she was virtually groped in Dude, people are getting Me Too'd in the Metaverse.
It's just like, you know, like in the Metaverse, you kind of do anything right now. It's just like people need to understand like reality. Like if they take their headsets off, it's like you can't go around and just like kill people or do like
my wife
crazy.
still sucks. You're like, oh,
yeah.
Just
dude.
kidding.
I know it's gonna be interesting to see. I think there's positives and there's negatives, but it's definitely it's gonna be wild, man.
It's definitely crazy. All right, let's try to let's start wrapping up. We're like the 40-minute mark. What do we have? What do we like not hit on as far as some of the NFT stuff like that?
I think we hit everything.
Just a little brief intro. Yeah. So we just kind of like touch based on like, you know, some of the stuff that we've kind of been like looking at. I definitely would suggest if you want to get started involved in this kind of space, like, you definitely do your research. What I did was I literally just watched YouTube videos and I listened to podcasts. Just typed in like NFT. What is an NFT? People describe it for you. How to buy an NFT. Like, just like simple search words. Because at first it's a lot. To me it was like a whole new language. I'm not that tech savvy of a guy. I was kind of like behind with the whole crypto and like blockchain kind of thing. But after like, you know, just literally I stayed in all weekend. I probably listened to like 10 hours worth of like podcasts and YouTube videos and I'm glad I did, because now I'm so eager to learn more and be involved in this kind of space, and the whole thing that some of these projects are creating is a really like dope sense, like the whole like community aspect of it. I'm not really much of an art guy, but like I said, dude, I want an NFT so bad. I would like to be a part of a kind of like a country club. You know, you want to be a part of an exclusive membership. You know, why go to a country? I mean, physically golfing, it's going to be better than, you know, virtual reality golfing. So, but I mean, just being part of something cool like that would definitely be pretty dope.
Some things to leave you with. I agree. I think research. Definitely do research on the different NFTs. Don't just buy one to buy one, but look at the communities and see what they're about, because that's what you're going to be buying into. Either that be exclusivity, either that a project where you get benefits or discord to a community of people that you like, or something that you're passionate about. Definitely do your research. 2, when you do buy NFTs, don't just leave them on your MetaMask wallet. Either get a hard wallet or a ledger that you can transfer that to. A lot of people leave that out there with MetaMask, and there's so many different projects going on where you're going to be linking your MetaMask to things and moving things around, where there's a lot of opportunity for people to hack that and get into that. I know a friend that had a bunch of money in his MetaMask, and he went ahead and like he was doing a project and put a snippet into his MetaMask. Boom, he had like $7,000 in there, gone. So
what happened?
What he was working on a project, I guess, and he
like an NFT project.
Yeah, like his own NFT project, and he wanted to create a MetaMask to do something like something on his project. I don't know the exact specifics, but you can go. He was on GitHub and like asking someone, like usually there's all these groups or Discord groups that will go ahead and help you and be like, oh, you need to do this. And someone's like, I'll put this code in on your MetaMask and it should be able to sync in perfectly.
Oh, shit.
And literally he went ahead and did that, and boom, he lost everything. Was gone. It cleared him out,
dude.
So like those are just different things like that, advice wise, right? Do your research, know your communities, but then also be able to store your NFTs in like a safe place. Don't just leave them on MetaMask or an exchange.
Yeah. Well, damn. Well, I hope you guys learned a little bit in this podcast episode, talking about some NFTs, diving into the little metaverse with Dino. Yeah, I wish we had some more info, but we're running out of time. If you guys are not subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you do that. It's the SPTN SPTNpod48. Also, we're on Spotify and Apple. Check us out on Instagram too.
Spin NFT coming up soon.
Yeah, right. Oh, dude, we would have to. It would be a lot of planning, but
you could do it.
Yeah, well, we got to leave the folks with some positivity, right?
Yeah.
So, I would say, take advantage of the early signs of, like, people are talking about it. Like, this is a real thing. Like, a year ago I thought this was just like a hoax, and now it's like starting to be more real. And take advantage of it early. Maybe make some money off of it. If not, like, take advantage of the new opportunity that Web3 has to offer, and what, like, I guess the shift towards this decentralized system, and smart contracts and everything like that. Could make some money, and you could have a nice future or whatever you want to do with it. But just, I don't know, do some research, get it while it's young and early, where you can teach some people too, and hopefully we can make some money. No, that's not the important part. That's not the important part. But hopefully, you can be involved with some pretty cool projects and whatnot.
Yeah, this technology, to touch upon and add on to you, this technology has the ability to change the world. I know I mentioned that last positivity statement, but this 100% has the ability to change the world. Right. So figuring out the projects or figuring out what's going to work, it's going to. It's just a matter of time. So just get ready, buckle up, see how it goes.
Well, hell yeah, folks. On that note, we are signing off. Is staying positive, testing negative. Peace out, yo.
You.